wait for some people to show back up here. I know a few people were watching this last live video that shut down. The children's mom called for FaceTime, so it kind of screwed up my whole feed here on my phone. So I just figured I'd wait a minute here, see if anybody pops back up before I go back into where we were at on the timing. Kind of sucks because it kind of screwed that one up, unfortunately. So what we have on diesel engines is that there is a need for timing, and there's a need for timing in every engine. And the thing is with most vehicles is the timing needs to be at the right time. A diesel engine is most efficient at 10 to 14 degrees of timing during cruising ranges. And the reason why companies don't run that is because they're afraid that at wide open throttle that you're somehow going to cross that threshold and build so much fucking cylinder pressure that you're going to blow your motor up. And that's not a real thing. It's not even close to a real thing. I mean, think about this. Think about the last time you heard about somebody blowing their head gas in their diesel engine. It happens. It really does happen. And if you look into why it happens, more than likely you're going to find that they either had a really shitty tune or the person just beat the ever-living fuck out of their vehicle and didn't take care of it. Usually something to do with the head gasket, has to do with something to do with the cooling systems. Diesel engines are very finicky when it comes to their cooling system, okay? It's kind of a big deal. You know, diesel engines don't get very hot very fast, but once they become hot, they stay hot and they get hotter. Let me connect my HP tuners here so we can kind of, damn it, connect my HP tuners here so we can kind of, so I can open up this, okay, I get it, what the fuck? No, I'm not even clicked the button here. Okay, so we'll plug this HP tuners in so we can view this EcoDiesel file. You have this stupid internet-based crap now, so like you have to plug your HP tuners in every time you want to use something, gotta be on the internet, whatever. So, this apparently is an L5P that we're looking at. Maybe we'll just look at the L5P file quick. Main injection timing. This is what I believe is a stock L5P file. Diesel timing. Start of injection timing. Let's look up medium altitude, okay? This is an L5P, and the only reason I'm showing you this is because it's on my computer screen, okay? L5P file. This is from the factory, pattern 1, medium altitude. Notice, sorry, that this fucking computer screen sucks dick. Oh, maybe, hold on. No, still sucks. So what you notice here, 18 to 2,000, here's your fuel mileage range. This is where you're driving down the highway. Look at this shit. No matter what you put, no matter what you put here, there's no fucking timing. Literally no timing. Guarantee this is where you're at on the highway. And just think, the L5P gets great fuel mileage. Imagine what it would get with proper tuning. God damn it. It's like my fucking camera's just fucked. Hold on. Same thing, 1800 to 2000 here, no timing. There's never any timing in these things, and it's just ridiculous. Low altitude, no timing. High altitude, no timing. Again, zero timing. These engines, if you blow one of these freaking motors up, you are trying. You're literally trying. Max timing of 40 degrees, it lets you go to 40 degrees. But nothing in here is going to get you anywhere near 40. Okay, let's, I'm going to turn this around here while I open up an EcoDiesel file here. Okay, so desktop, public folder, blah, 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 EcoDiesel, blah, 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 blah. We're going to open up a stock EcoDiesel. We're going to open up my stock EcoDiesel. Oh, I hear the kid's mom yelling at him on the phone. Probably I'm gonna get yelled at. That's usually what that means. I'm gonna get yelled at after that phone call. Check this shit out. This is crazy. Look, EcoDiesel, bam! No fucking timing anywhere. See this right here? You're never gonna hit this shit. Look at the RPM, 4,500. There's only one company that runs tuning that goes up to that high of an RPM, and you're never gonna hit this. You're never gonna hit any of this. You're driving on the road. This is your highway right here, okay? you ain't gonna hit shit. And this is why they get garbage fuel mileage. And I can just click around, we can open up different maps, but you're never gonna see in any of these maps anything remotely close to getting decent timing. Look at this, nothing. And you know, you get all these companies that say stupid crap like, oh, he's running too much timing, he's gonna blow your motors up. Look at this shit. From the factory, no timing. There's literally no timing at all. So, you know, what this tells you is that from the factory, like every other manufacturer, they set your vehicle up a certain way. And what they do is they set your vehicle up to prevent failure. Warranties are there to protect them from things that they call a predetermined failure rate. A predetermined failure rate is items are designed to fail. If an item didn't fail, you would never buy a new item. Computers, TVs, everything is designed to fail, and they're designed to fail at what we call a predetermined failure rate. They create a water pump, and they say, hey, let's fucking use plastic inside it because the plastic is going to deteriorate and eventually fail. Okay, let's see how far it goes. Okay, let's say they make it 130,000 miles on their test. They put it in some sort of machine, they test it, they figure out a formula to figure out how many miles it would have ran or hours. It fails at 110,000. Perfect. Let's use that fucking water pump. What ends up happening, and the reason why we get recalls, is you put that water pump in a vehicle. Something went wrong on the equation. 6, 7 water pumps, they started coming apart all the time, causing major issues and not under warranty. So they go, shit, we need to get ahead of this before it starts causing problems, starting vehicles on fire, things like that. They do a recall, they put new pumps in. Now, the warranty is there so that way when something fails before it's supposed to, they're going to cover it because they say, hey, we sold you a product, it should last 100,000 miles, we're going to warranty for 100,000 miles, and if anything happens, we're going to fix it. Now, by running no timing at all, it means they never have to worry about you beating the piss out of your vehicle, and in a rare variable situation, you blow your motor up, okay? Because then that's a new engine they have to put in. Same with the laggy pedals. They give you a laggy pedal so that way you're less likely to beat on your vehicle. If you're less likely to beat on your vehicle, you're less likely to break shit. Break the brakes, break a rear end, destroy gears in the transmission, things like that. So they don't do it to fully protect the engine, they do it to protect themselves. So what they say is they put it on a dyno, they figure it out like, hey, we can make 281 horsepower on the engine dyno, and we can run the motor so fucking safe that the motor's gonna last forever. That's the idea. You put that motor in a Maserati, the motor's gonna last longer than the car, probably. The Maserati is a very light vehicle. People don't tow with it, people don't idle with it. That's a weird thing to do in a car. You take that and you put it in a pickup truck, and you're gonna find the weak points, which is what happened with the EcoDiesel. So the thing with timing is, and we'll try to make videos about each cycle of timing and fully break it down. Maybe we'll put something together on a computer. Maybe I'll even add a document and where you can click on it and you can look at the document if you really want to learn more about the timing, because we are going to put videos together to teach people how to do diesel tuning. But the thing is you have the 3 cycles, and they're all important in their own way. Even on a vehicle without emissions, you can still use the post cycle to help you in one way or the other. Possibly, like you said, or like the article said, reducing soot. You know, obviously people don't want to blow smoke all over the place. They don't want to have soot. Not everyone's a child. You know, I like to blow smoke, but I only like to blow a little bit when I'm fucking with someone. I don't want to, every time I have to pass somebody, fucking black out the entire night sky and look like a jackass. Especially when my truck's lifted and has a big exhaust on it, you just look like an idiot. It's okay. Some people enjoy looking like idiots. You know, the main injection has its purpose, the pilot injection has its purpose. You know, the thing is, with the pilot injection, it can make the engine quiet. People that come from gas engines, Hemis, things like that, when they hear the diesel clatter, they get scared. They're like, oh my God, my motor's gonna come apart. So they don't like that. Some people like to drive their vehicle and never hear their vehicle. I'm not completely like that. I have a 5-inch exhaust on my Cummins, and I had a muffler on it till yesterday. I could barely hear it inside the truck, so I took the muffler off. Today, I'm very happy with the amount of sound, but now that I took the muffler off, there's a rumble in the truck. Now, the rumble that I'm hearing in the truck is what is known as drone. And for those of you who don't know the proper properly what drone is exhaust drone is when the frequency of the exhaust system is the same harmonic frequency as the truck, causing a humming or a vibration in the truck as the sounds, as the metals, both, not the metals, the exhaust is the same frequency as the metal of the pickup truck shakes or vibrates at. So when it hits that, it creates a loud, it creates a sound like that. It gives you headaches, things like that. That is what exhaust drone is. Where most people think exhaust drone is when your exhaust just goes, makes a fucking just inappropriate shitty sound, you know, something that violates your ears. You're like, God, that sounds like dog shit. No, your exhaust just sounds like shit. It's not drone. Drone is an actual a real thing that you want to prevent. And you know, now my truck at certain speeds has that, and you kind of hear it behind you, and it's like, it's kind of annoying. I may end up putting the muffler back on, which kind of sucks because I want my Cummins, that's supposed to be 700 plus horsepower, to sound like it has 700 horsepower, not sound like it's stock. So I may end up having to put the muffler back on, but that's neither here nor there. Fuck, I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that. Oh yeah, annoying sounds. So the pilot injection is specifically there to get rid of the clatter, but the pilot injection can technically help light the main injection properly. So if pilot injection is done appropriately, it will start the main injection. That's the whole point. Like a pilot on a water heater, kind of different purpose, but the pilot ignites, and as the pilot starts to ignite and move, and as it creates the flame front, or creates the combustion, which is not the proper term, creates the detonation in the cylinder, as it's creating it and starting it evenly, more fuel is sprayed in, and it takes it all at once. Now, when done properly, it's one giant. If done improperly, you have a small one followed by a large one, which can also create clatter and issues and things like that. But the goal is just to create one that just takes it all. It's very difficult to do. Most diesel companies are not going to work on things like that. It requires a dyno, requires a shitload of testing and logging. And I can guarantee if there's 100 diesel companies out here, probably are 1 or 2 have done it. Same thing with air-fuel ratio, which is something that we're going to work on here as well, that we did with the EcoDiesels. We did a lot with air-fuel ratio, which we are planning to do with the Cummins, to make sure that the air-fuel ratio is correct. You can make the most amount of power without wasting fuel, which at the same time means you are reducing, I'm gonna fuck it up, I'm just gonna say NOx emissions. I always say nitric oxide, but I don't think that's the correct term for that. Whatever. And so, not that I even give a shit about the environment, but if you are going to do something illegal, at least be partially smart about it, or at least be better about it. So by producing a tune that's cleaner, that still makes good power, or even makes, honestly, or even makes the same amount of power, that's all that matters. Good power, as clean as possible. You're always going to have a little bit of smoke, because what we do is we throw a shitload of fuel into the cylinder at once. When you first take off, it creates a shitload of heat. Heat expands. Expansion of heat causes the turbo to spool faster, causes the turbo to light, and then you go. And what you have is you have this small cloud of smoke, or sometimes, depending on build, a big cloud of smoke, and then it turns into a haze, or it cleans out. Usually the reason for the haze is because what you want is enough fuel to make power, but you want it lean enough that you're not going to create high EGTs. You know, without tuning a vehicle in person, they can't make it 100% perfect, but if you take videos and explain to your tuner what's going on, they can make small adjustments to fix that for you. And most people don't know that, so they just leave the vehicle how it is, and that's the end of things. So with that being said, we always do custom tuning. So with the MM3 with Cummins, with the Power Gates, the PG3s for the EcoDiesel, we can custom modify your tune to fit your needs. I have some customers that get their tune, their vehicle runs perfect, I never hear from them again. I have some customers who are at different elevations, their vehicle's a little older, their vehicle's newer, they want certain adjustments, things like that. I talk to them almost every day, and we do whatever adjustments are necessary. We do whatever adjustments are necessary to make it run good. You know, it's not, the tuning and the reason behind the YouTube isn't so that I can make money. I live in an apartment. I don't live in a house. I don't own a house. I own one vehicle, so I own my Cummins, my Harley outright. I have a loan on my EcoDiesel. I'm not doing this to make money. I mean, I am doing it to make money to pay my bills, but I'm not doing it to get rich, things like that. We have this page, the EcoDiesel USA page, we have the website, we have the YouTube. I might make an Instagram, I think I have one, but we have that in order to help the community out and to help people learn and things like that. So I really would love more input from people on what they would like to see videos of, what they would like to learn about tuning, what they'd like to learn about diesels, the Cummins, the EcoDiesel, and a shitload of gas things. We did a shitload of stuff with Hellcats, and most people at this point probably don't even know that. Today, I went and looked at the new Durango Hellcat in person at a dealership that my family is friends with the owner at. I went and looked at the Durango Hellcat just to check it out. The Durango Hellcat is gorgeous compared to like the Trackhawk Jeep. Honestly, I prefer the Durango, and I think the Durango looks like a minivan. It is gorgeous. If you want pictures, I have pictures of it. The Octane Red, it's phenomenal looking, and it's honestly, you open up the hood, it's easy to work on. Where like the Charger and the Challenger is not. I've not gone and test drove a TRX or things like that. I'm sure I will. I have a friend with a Ferrari out in California, and I'm gonna go out for a ride with him in a Ferrari and do some reviews on that. We're actually looking at doing tuning on his Ferrari and some of his other supercars. And that's definitely something that we want to get into as well. So if you have a supercar and you want to do some tuning on it, same thing, get a hold of me. But again, let's hear your ideas on what you would like to see on YouTube for tuning, what you would like more info on. Do you want more info on how DEF works? Do you want more info on how the DPF works? Do you want more info on the SCR, the EGR, things like that? Do you want more info on the transmission? And if we don't know anything about what you're looking for, I will do as much research as possible to give you the correct information on what you're looking for. I don't know how they test reading levels, but when I went to college, they said whatever my reading level was like 8 years ahead of a college student. So I don't know what the hell that means, but I read a lot and I read really fucking fast. So I've read thousands and thousands and thousands of books and pages on tuning and things like that. Theory, I've read almost everything Banks has put out. It's where we get a lot of our information from, and then we go and we test said information as well. So I would like the YouTube to keep having things about learning rather than things about drama and things about other companies talking shit and whatever else. We'd like this YouTube to continue to grow and help everyone in the diesel community as a whole, you know. So that's part of what this timing video was for, was to kind of give people a little bit more of an explanation on diesel timing, or an entry to diesel timing, and show you some factory tunes and things like that. I mean, and I might as well, since I'm here, I'll open up a race file. Now, when I mean this is a race file, as in there is a bunch of timing and there's not a lot of safeties and things like that, and it's designed to make power. That's what it was. Okay, so let's take this off. Okay, now this is an EcoDiesel race file. Okay, now let's see here. You have here idle. This is your idle area. Okay, I don't run, even on my new race file, I don't run timing like this. On my new race files, I think we run like -5 degrees here, okay? And we run a little bit more timing up top. This is my older race file, okay? Now, basically, you get on it, blah, 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 blah. Here, let's get rid of that. You're idling.